Hey beautifuls, here we are for our live psychic readings, and I just tried to turn the camera around and it wouldn't let me because, oh, there it is. It pressed live instead of letting me turn the camera around. All right. Live psychic readings, really important that you remember that anytime I do psychic readings, there's usually people who are spamming your comments and saying, message me for a free private reading, or they're just directly messaging you and then they're asking you for your credit card details. Some people even make fake accounts that are Reality Awareness or Hannah Andrews. That is not me. I will never send you a private message unless you've messaged me first, right? I will never ask for your credit card details. I will never say, hi, hey, like I can give you a free private reading. Like I don't do that. If you want a reading, you come to me. So if anyone does that and it's like a fake account, like it's just, please be aware, don't get scammed, okay? Really want to say that first because anytime I do psychic readings, that's what happens, unfortunately. Okay, so as always, I'm just gonna share this live stream and then we should get really present with this. So I'm curious how you guys are feeling. We are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're like 3 days out of our eclipse. So I'm really curious how you're feeling because the energies can be a little bit intense. I know there's a lot of people crying and all sorts of things this morning. Well, the last couple of days, actually, a lot of people messaged me yesterday and Friday, Australian time, so like the past 48 hours, saying they're like feeling all this grief and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm really curious how you guys are feeling. So let me share this. And I'm just catching my breath because even though I like scheduled this and everything was like sorted, I'm like rushing around at the last friggin' minute. I'm like, come on, seriously, what's going on here? Like, really? Oh my God, it's crazy. I guess that's how I roll. That's how I roll, yo. Why would it be any different? If I share this in the right place, that would be even more helpful. And I should be wearing my bikinis right now because I'm gonna get hot in this sun. I can already feel it. Okay, so Cheryl says, Wednesday, I was very emotional. Yeah, there's been a lot of that about, hey? Okay, that bit's done. Just gonna pour myself some water. Yay, caught me live, yes! I think I'm gonna have to, I had this feeling. I might have to go and get my laptop so I can see your comments, and I was wondering if the wind was gonna pick up. Uh-oh. Okay, my phone's doing weird shit this morning. Doreen's still feeling sad. Oh my goodness. So Aboden, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm drawn to your love and light. Send me a friend request. Oh, see, interesting. For your reading. Oh my goodness, turn this back around. I'm gonna go have to get my laptop. Oh my God, because I can't touch anything. Guys, if you get sent messages, please report them, please block them. Okay, gonna go get my laptop because don't touch that phone this morning. Hang on. All right, we're good to go. Sorry, guys. I forgot. Oh my goodness. Now the cats are going crazy. I think I bought too many cards out. There's no room on this table for my laptop. Yeah, I think I bought too many cards out. But hey, how many decks did I bring out? Whoever gets it correct will get a free private 30-minute psychic reading. How does that sound? There's a lot of decks on my table. There's not enough room for my laptop, so I'm just organizing it. Whoever guesses correctly, there's a couple of books and a few decks of cards. Whoever guesses the correct amount will get a free 30-minute psychic reading, a private one. And yeah, block those people who are commenting, telling you to PM them for a psychic reading. Like, come on guys, seriously. Like, and if there's a reality awareness or a Hannah Andrews that sends you a private message, it's not me, or a friend request, it's not me, guys. It is not me. It's a scam. Please be aware and do not get scammed. Use your intuition. I wouldn't do that because I don't work like that. I have not built my business by sending anybody a message ever, unless you've messaged me first or have requested to join Transcendence Reality Society. That's the only other thing there. All right, so let's have a look. How many decks? I better count them now. Okay, let me log in. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hang on, need some organization here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 decks. Who guessed 22? And there's 3 books. So whoever said 22, you have to message me. Screenshot and message me. There's something about 3. Yeah, there's 3 books. 3 books and 22 card decks that I bought out. It's a bit too many. My laptop's about to fall off. Oh, come on. Let me log in. Thank you. Mimi! $22. Awesome. All right, and that's not all that's in my bookshelf, but I did bring too many out this morning. No, it's not too many, it's just enough. So, and if you said 22 after I'd already told you how many people there are, like how many things there are, well, I'm sorry, but that's not happening. Oh, it's the 22nd too. All the angel numbers. Okay, I'm just bringing up these comments. Oh my goodness, these people who are like commenting on this thing, they can like go away. Whoever comments and asking anyone on this live stream to like inbox me for your reading, like please know that you're going to get reported as spam. You're going to get blocked from this page, banned from this page, because this is ridiculous. No, no, and just no. No, and no, and no. I know there's so many. What the hell, right? So, all right. So you guys know, block, spam, all the things. All right. So now I was like fucking around, getting everything organized. Today you learned a harsh lesson. Need someone allocated to reporting spam. Yeah, I think Tamara's onto it. Tamara's here, my team. I know she's onto it. She's already onto it, I bet. That's why she's working for Reality Awareness. Yep, there we go. Told ya. I'm here today. I'll try and stay on top of them. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so now I just lost all those comments fucking around because I forgot to get my laptop organized. So I don't really want to touch my phone though. So I missed all your comments of telling me, because it won't let me go back on my computer that far. Someone's asking me if I work with spirit. Of course I work with spirit. I'm an intuitive healer. I'm a medium. I'm all the things that you want to call any label on. So I definitely do all that stuff. So Chantel says, I need to deal with my emotions and not bottle everything up, then I explode. I used to be that person too. And sometimes when we've got a lot of stress in our life, like there's no excuse, right? But like for me personally, as a single mom, I used to do that all the time, but it was a lot to do with obviously the stress, trauma, pain, heartbreak, blah, blah, blah that I've been through in my life. At the same time, probably the bigger fuel to that reaction is that I wasn't living in alignment with my life purpose. I wasn't living in alignment with how I knew my life was meant to be. I wasn't happy with where I was. I wasn't, you know, living the life that I wanted to live. And so everything was like it was like fuel to the fire of anything else that was going on, right? So the emotions are running high right now because we're coming up to a super total lunar eclipse in like 3 days, guys. So the energies, if you saw my post the other day, is really untangling threads from 2012, December 2012, and August 2018 specifically, and those years. So really being able to, you know, like unthread and unpick that. The other thing about like having emotions that explode, etc., is really like, what's the word? You need support. If I didn't work with my mentors, I've had several mentors over the years all at the same time, and I've always had a mentor, at least one, because if I didn't have that emotional, physical, life support, right? It's life support. If I didn't have that, I would still be in the position that I am now. I truly believe that if you want to shift your life and shift the trauma and the pain and deal with the emotions, you need a solid mentor that's going to get you there. And I'm talking long term, right? And you need to try different ones until you find the right one for you, because I have so many people come to me and they're like, counselors don't work. And I'm like, I know, right? Because there's a specific thing that you can use to really like, you know, like that's why I'm an intuitive healer. That's why I train intuitive healers. And I believe that a lot of people that follow reality awareness are intuitive healers in some way, shape or form. Put whatever label you like to put on it. I like to call it an intuitive healer because it covers everything. Ultimately, it does. Because everything always comes from spirit, and that comes through your intuition, and that's intuitive, and anything you need at any given time is given to you through those means. Doesn't matter what label you put on it. So I truly believe that you need a mentor. One that works for you. Like 100%. And obviously that's what I do. Yeah. If you don't want to work with me, of course, go and find someone else. But don't just like, or I don't say don't jump around. I'm like, jump around until you find the right one and then stick with them for the long haul, even if you get triggered by them. Because the biggest triggers that I've had working with my mentors are the things that have shifted me the most. Yeah. So what crystals do I recommend getting? I recommend the liquid crystals over any other crystals. So Jade, my assistant in reality awareness, also my best friend, is a practitioner, and I'm not just saying that because I'm like promoting her work. I started taking the liquid crystals, it would have been 2012, I think it was 2013. I used to take the bushflower essences before then, and she got me onto the liquid crystals, and I've never used the bushflowers ever since because I can feel their potency, I can feel the difference. And with the liquid crystals, they like, I want to say they outweigh having a physical crystal. Not that I don't have physical crystals, I love them, but if you really want the healing properties of them, yeah. So the liquid crystals, you can order off the website, but it will take you weeks. I had a client, and again, I'm not just saying this, I'm like, I always tell the truth, right? So you can even try it out for yourself if you like. I had a client once order the liquid crystals from the website, and it took him 5 months to get his dose. And I think that's because they want you to go through a practitioner. So I highly recommend Jade, obviously, that's where I've obviously got all mine. I do recommend having an appointment with her because then you can understand them, because honestly they're potent. You want to kind of watch out, okay? So yeah, the liquid crystals is something that I'd recommend over a physical crystal. So this is not one of the books, by the way. There's 3 other books, so technically 4, but this comes with the card set. So yeah, the liquid crystals, so obviously they come in dose bottles, and there's not just the liquid crystals, there's so much more to it, and that's why I recommend jade. You love my weather. Thank you, I love it too. I'm so grateful. So yeah, please send me a message if you want to get in touch about the liquid crystals. Send me a message on Reality Awareness page or post in the Reality Awareness support group. So Jade is the one that I'd recommend getting onto about the liquid crystals. Okay, so anyone tells me that they're desperate for a psychic reading, I honestly won't pick you. Like, it doesn't work that way. So I really like hearing that you're desperate for a message from your loved ones, but I don't work with that energy because I'm like, pick me, I'm desperate. Like, I'm sorry, just no, come into your heart and remember that you can feel them. You receive messages from them all the time. Yes, she does ship to the US, Joy. Yes, they are. Yes, she does. You just started the liquid crystals, Amy. Of course you did. Of course you did. I love it. Yeah, you're in contact with Jade. Start with that. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, or to start that. Yeah, honestly, it's, yeah. I just finished I'm on my integration week of lapis lazuli. And I specifically, well, she's like, do you want it in a particular chakra? And I'm like, what do you mean? This is what I mean. Like, you go with her, she intuitively tunes in for what you need as well. And she's like, well, you can choose a chakra. And I'm like, well, the heart, of course. And so the past 3 weeks for me have really been about realizing the truth of my heart, which is kind of interesting. All right. So Chantal, you also say you're amazing. You help me, especially with emails. It's crazy because you hit on how I'm thinking at that time. Yeah. So there's always a way that you can tune in. And again, I always say this is about trusting your intuition. Yeah, big time. Okay. I heard you're not supposed to charge crystals under lunar eclipse. I say trust intuition. I say ask the crystals themselves. I say don't listen to what somebody else says. I say take that information in. What crystal, like speak to your crystals, like ask it, like do you want to be put out under the full moon, like the lunar eclipse full moon? Like you will receive a yes or a no, or you'll get a feeling, or trust that over anything else. So yeah. Christine says she came to Australia in 2012, July 2012. Yeah, this is interesting, right? Yeah, honestly, guys, you must deal with grief. You must deal with grief. All right. So, okay, I'm just going to start these psychic readings now. I think that I need to do, yeah, maybe an energy update tomorrow or something, because I just want to make this about the psychic readings today, because otherwise I'll be talking for 2.5 hours again. The liquid crystals, I've just learned something new. Yeah, honestly, they're so powerful. They really, really are. So yes. And there's a certain way that you take them. There's certain dose rates. There's certain things. That's why I'm like, if you're new to that, please book in with Jade, honestly, because otherwise, like, they're powerful. And if you stop halfway through, or like you get stuck in the process of what you're healing and stuff, so just honestly do it properly or don't do it at all. That's the only disclaimer I'm going to tell you. And to do it properly, book in with Jade. Seriously, like, I'm not just promoting her work. I'm like, I've taken them for years. And, you know, I've obviously learned a lot from her, and getting in for her guidance about them, because I just learn so much every time I like get something. I think I know a lot, and then I'm like, no, of course not, right? Okay. All right. So how I work with the psychic readings is I'm just going to, like, obviously tune in. But we could just listen to for 2 hours. Okay. All right. And I think someone said there's always deep messages that you get from me. And yeah, I am pretty deep. I do it pretty deep. Yeah, and you'll be investing in your, what did you say? Seeding with me? Like working with me, I think you mean. Yeah, you just snapshot it. Yeah, so interesting. All right, so let's do readings. I'll come on this week and do an energy update, hey? And we've got the full moon ceremony on Wednesday, and not to be missed. So how I do psychic readings, obviously I tune in, and if you can all say yes please, or I want a card, or yes please Hannah, or something like that. And so I've got a line of yes pleases, and I'll just shut my laptop, but I don't want to touch my phone, so I'll just open this again. So I've got a line of yes pleases, and then I just scan and scroll through the yes pleases and can go from there. Oh, your growth, yes, perfect. Damn autocorrect, right? It's like, I didn't say that, damn it. All right, so I'm just letting these yes pleases come up, bringing this back up on my laptop. And if this will let me bring it up properly. Oh my goodness, I'm so nervous it's gonna fall off. I need an actual table out here, not just bringing my desk out. The sacrifices we make for things, right? Okay. Yes, please pull me a card. The only other rule is that you have to stay live. You have to stay live to receive a reading, because that's not fair for everyone else who receives a reading. If you're like, yes, please, and then you jump off, and then, yeah. Someone just said about the Lyme disease. Jade is also doing, so Jade Renee Banks is her name. She's doing a live stream in the Reality Awareness support group this week. It's free. She has been working under medical medium for the past, I think it's 3 years, doing his advanced training. She's a clinically trained nutritionist that she's been doing since, I think she left school many years ago. She worked in hospitals for 12 years and, you know, obviously been doing this healing stuff for many years on the side as well. And now she's doing this full time. She's doing her crystalline intuitive health transmission this week in the Reality Awareness support group. I highly recommend you jump on and ask her questions about Lyme disease. There's lots of things I could talk about energetically, but she can also talk about that energetically. So, because we've done the same training, we've done Lightwork Practitioner training many years ago, and she's obviously got all her liquid crystal knowledge on top of that. Okay, so Karen Waltham. So Karen Waltham, meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. So Karen Waltham, this is, and by the way guys, if I can't pick you or get to you, and I want to try and get to as many people as I can, so I want to get to as many people as I can on this live stream today, but if I don't get to you, please listen in, because there will be a message. Yeah, so meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. And yes, you can look her up. She is in Reality Awareness support group. If you go to Hannah Andrews, my personal profile, you'll see me. She's on my friends list. You can send me a message and I can directly give you her profile so you can contact her to book in for sessions. Obviously, she doesn't do free private help like myself, but you can book in or jump on her live stream. It's this Tuesday coming up, 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. The time zone converts are in the Reality Awareness support group. If you're not in that support group, send me a message and I can also add you in the group, or just comment support below and I can add you in there. So this is for, was it Karen Waltham or Kim Waltham? Karen, I think. So meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces, and then believe in the impossible. So I feel like, oh my goodness, was it Karen? Yeah, so Karen Waltham. Meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. This here is, I feel like with this one as well, so always look at the bottom card of the deck usually. Believe in the impossible, blue moon. And I just want to say, so I really want to get to as many people as possible on this live stream for psychic readings. If you're commenting other things and I don't speak to it, please know that I'm going to go through the comments later on today or tomorrow and respond to your comments. So please just, don't think that I'm ignoring you, but I'd like to do as many readings as I can this morning. So meditate and contemplate. And then believe in the impossible, the once in a blue moon. And I feel for you, Karen, that this is really about, I feel like you've been getting a lot of new ideas, and I'm even wondering, so what was kind of implemented or what started on the new moon last like 2 weeks ago, almost 2 weeks ago? Was there new ideas, or did you start some sort of new venture or something like that? Are you doubting yourself about that? Because the believe in the impossible, the thing that's going to allow you to like move forward with that is the belief. Yeah, I want to say the only thing stopping you is you. And I was talking to a client about this yesterday. I was like, you need to get out of your own way, right? And when you say, you know, like, you know, she's like, well, I feel like I'm doing everything. What do you mean get out of my own way? And what we understood, like when we dug a little bit deeper, it was her belief system that was blocking her. Oh my God, cats. Sorry, I don't want them to bolt over. They just bolted over. I don't want them to knock cords and shit off. The only thing that was blocking her was the belief system. Yeah, her belief system was the only thing blocking her. So whatever ideas you've been receiving, Karen, you need to trust them, because this once in a blue moon thing isn't like, oh, if I win the lotto once in a blue moon. It's like, no, whatever that saying is, that quote or whatever you can, what's the saying by that famous person, famous wise person, whatever you can visualize and contemplate, you can bring into your reality. That's not the right words, but you know what I mean? Your belief system is going to create the once in a blue moon stuff, right? The once in a blue moon stuff is what you're going to create. Trust the ideas that you're receiving, even if you're like, I don't know how to do it, or I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea, but where do I start? Or you might just even brush the idea off because you're like, I don't even know how that's possible, right? So believe in the impossible. What I would be working towards, Karen, is working on your belief system, working on your mindset. Start asking the question, how, even if you don't get the question, right? And I see a few comments asking about mindset, how do I do mindset, etc. I'm actually going to release a mindset course that we're going to do a 2-week immersion in shortly. Keep an eye out for that. That's coming up, because like mindset is what builds my business. Well, of course there's other things, but without mindset, and this is why I say I've never sent anybody a message to like, hey, buy my stuff, hey, book in for a reading, unless you've sent me a message first. I haven't contacted you. I've built my business that way. There's a lot of people that message me and they're like, hey, join my group, hey, here's my program, and straight away I'll just unfriend them. I don't even respond. I'm like, if someone was knocking on my door, I'd be like, can you leave, please? I don't want you coming around to my house and like door knocking to like sell me something. It's the same thing with like send me a private message. I'm like, I'm not interested. Like, who are you, right? And I've built my business and built my lifestyle through that, yeah? Through mindset. So start asking how, Karen, and trust and believe in the impossible, and that's what's going to that's what's going to enable you to create those out of the blue ideas. Like, start asking how. You're like, okay, if you get an idea, it's like, well, how do I do that? You might not get an answer straight away, but you need to start asking how do I do that? How do I do it? How do I do that? Like, that's your like mantra, rather than I don't know how to do that. I'm not sure how to do that, right? Because that closes everything down and all the energy dissipates and you just go back to your normal life, which maybe you want to do. But, start asking how, yeah? How do I do that? How do I do that? And all the possibilities will be shown to you, yeah? Believe in the impossible. All right, another round of yes, pleases, please. Some of you already could feel that, so you started putting the yeses in. I love it. You're on to it. So Karen says, yes, you are spot on with my circumstances, my thoughts and circumstances. Thank you. You're so very welcome. And some of you might have seen, but it's only for 2 weeks. It's not for the month. For 2 weeks only, I was guided to release 33-minute psychic readings for $333. They're usually $555 for half an hour. So if you'd like to book a private psychic reading, please send me a message. or the link is in the top of the live stream. And I'm going to pop it in here as well. That is only for 2 weeks though. And I just get too busy. That's why I don't, charge. That's why my prices are like I am. And so if you see me drop something, you want to jump on that because I get busy. That's the thing with this. Okay. So I've already pulled this next person's card. Okay, so Holly Watson, what you perceive, you believe. So Holly Watson and Betty Davis Olsen, 2 people. This one is from the Rumi deck. And as soon as I saw this card, this is about trusting your intuition, even though that's not what the card is about, but it kind of is. It's called Sacred Soul Sister. This is from the Rumi deck. And you can see like in the mists of the pink, in the mists of the blood, is your sacred soul sister. And your sacred soul sister is your intuition. Your intuition has always been there. Your soul has always been there. And so for Betty and Holly, I want to say the answer to your question, the answer to your longingness, the thing that you're longing for is your soul. I don't care what it is that you're desiring, the answer can be found in your soul and the reconnection back to your heart. Now, even though our heart chakra is green, our base chakra is red. I guess this is reddy pink on this card. It's probably more red than pink. And brown, very earth colors, very base chakra. This is about reconnecting to your soul and connecting and reconnecting your soul to your base chakra. Yeah. So guys, if people are messaging you or there's fake accounts requesting friendship, you just report them. Yeah, you don't need to tell me, like screenshot and send it to me. You just like go to their profile and report it as spam or report it as a fake account or whatever the options are there, yeah? And definitely don't give them any credit card details. It's not me. It's not me. Me and my team are here supporting you. So this is about trusting your intuition. Now the bottom card of the deck, this is really interesting, is the courage of your love. And there's 2 people standing there almost through a portal and then like almost beaming their love into a sphere of almost a reflection of themselves. The courage of your love, yeah? So I'm just gonna check in the book here what is jumping out at me. So with the Sacred Soul Sister, so Holly and Betty, I'm wondering if you've been feeling alone in what you're doing. Have either of you gone through a relationship breakup or are still hung up on a relationship from even a little while ago or several years ago, even 2012 because of the eclipse stuff? Here it says, there is a valid point of view that we travel this path of our life journey alone. As my dad says, we're born alone and we die alone, Hannah. I didn't mean that for you guys, but you know. Our deepest descents into the psyche happen alone. We meet death alone. Oh, we come into this world alone. It literally says that, okay. And yet there is a vaster perspective that we are never alone, that it would be impossible to really be alone. We are connected to all of life and there is no such thing as being alone in reality, only in limited and temporary perception. And that is what I say when I say, it's not that we've disconnected from it, it's that we're unconscious of the connection, yeah? We're never alone. It's only our perception of it, this is what it's saying, right? Now, for Holly in particular, I feel like there's something connected to your heart. I feel like, I almost feel with you, Holly, there's a lot of joy around your heart. And it's like, you know, I want to say like there's a lot of joy, but it feels like a lot of expansion. And I'm wondering if, Holly, you've gone through a period of grief recently, and I wonder if you're feeling alone because now you're like, but now what do I do? Or it's almost like, okay, like this is great, but I'm alone, and it's alone, but you're not alone because you're feeling this stronger reconnection in a way or something. And I feel for you, Holly, particularly, it's really like whatever, I want to say whatever love that has been built in the past is still there within you or something. It's almost like your heart is stronger because of what you've gone through, which is almost like a no-brainer, but it feels like you've come out the other side of like the hardest part or something, right? And I'm covered in goosebumps, and I'm wondering, Holly, if there's something connected to a child or whether it's more about your mother and your childhood. But I feel like there's something about like there's a child in the background, or there's a, I don't know, or maybe it's the grandmother lineage that I'm picking up or something there for you, Holly, with that. And for you, Holly, it's like, okay, in that space of like, okay, well, now what? It's like, the things that are going to reconnect you back to your soul. So what did you give up a long time ago, and start bringing that back for yourself now, right? And sometimes we're like, okay, well, now what? It's kind of like, well, what are the things that you liked doing as a child, or what brought happiness and joy, or maybe you didn't have that. So now it's about rewriting and rewiring what joy is to you. Yeah. And so there is like the sacred soul sister. It's like reconnecting back to your soul and reconnecting back to what brings your soul alive. I don't know really how to say it any other way than that, but I'm also getting something about cooking, or something about not necessarily food, but the cooking or the recipes or the homing stuff, the stuff that fills your heart, that fills your stomach, but it's like a heart connection to what you're eating, or something with recipes or grandmother lineage or something. There's something there with that. The Triple Goddess meditation in my Divine Balance meditation pack that really like reconnects and heals the grandmother lineage, the Triple Goddess, like the feminine lineage as well. For Betty, I feel like it's similar, but I feel like there's a big chunk of grief there, or maybe for Holly, it's kind of like waves of grief, but you've gone through the biggest part of it. But for Betty, I think it was Betty I was talking to, is just like, it feels like you're just starting to like drop in to this reconnection. It's kind of like, you're like, oh, who am I again? So there's both of you got a bit of like, okay, so now what, or who am I? But I feel, Betty, for you, it's like you're starting to drop into it. You're starting to like realize lots of things about your life that you're like, where did I go? Or how did I get here? And it's like this kind of big reawakening of your next level, of your like starting to like, okay, so what, it's like, so the compass is recalibrating, and you're like, which way do I go now? So Betty, I'm trying to get time to connect. Trying to get time for myself to reconnect. Yeah. Okay, cool. Trying to start and slow. Yeah, trying to find that time to reconnect. Trying to find that time to redo. Yeah. Tamara says, love the Triple Goddess. Yes, so powerful. Rebirth in a sense. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, time, we create time. We create the time for things, and sometimes we know we create the time, but we get frustrated because we can't right now. But when we get to like work towards that, that's where we're going. So we then get the time to recalibrate and stop and go, okay, reconnect. I just want to check the courage of your love. Oh, it's the next card. How about that? Which was the bottom card. Okay, I need to read this bit. And this is interesting because this feels like a dimensional reality shift. It feels like, as it says here, I do not bleat at you like a sheep, for to startle you from slumber, I need to roar like a lion. Like, it's time. Stop wasting time in a way. Stop wasting time on the things that are not important is what it feels like. You must awake, my beloved. There is no time to waste, for the wolves are circling, hungry for sacred flesh. So I shall roar mightily, and although at first you will recoil in fear, soon enough you will see the wolves. You become aware and grateful and to have been thus awoken. Yes, you remember that you have a precious human life to protect. It's interesting, I was picking up the child stuff there for you, Holly, in particular. I almost wonder if you're grieving something about a child, Holly. Holly says, thank you very much. Yes, I really understand. I'll check out your meditation. Yes, awesome. Yeah, it's on the meditation page. You thank me, you jump on my back as if you were a warrior astride a wild mount. You roar then, along with me, awakening others as we cause the ground to rumble. It's like this reflection, right? It's like, I want to say peering into a different reality, peering into another reality. Your ancient heart and soul, your ancient heart loves the soul and will roar like a lion of love at the wolves that you would casually devour it. So trust in the courage of your heart. Trust in the courage of your love. This is what it is, yeah? You are the lion of love. So allow yourself to be the lion, not the lamb. Then rest after all that savage divinity. Rest and restore, for day after day you shall claim your holy lands and refuse to give them up to less noble creatures. This is like really claiming your ground, I feel, and interesting because this is really about reconnecting back to your soul. I think that's cool. And it also says, this oracle comes with another message. You have a challenge before you or that you are now moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it, no matter how long it has endured or how big you have built the challenge up to be in your mind or how unsolvable the issue appears to be. There is and shall be a victory beyond it, and it is imminent. This oracle has come to you to let you know you are empowered to succeed. You have what is required within you to do it, and that time for you, the time for your victory is drawing near. Do not give up and continue to connect with your soul. It's a really strong message, yeah? All right, some yes pleases. Betty says, I have a child in spirit. The lion is slowly creeping. Yes, it's interesting. The Life Purpose Accelerator, the lion and the eagle are the animal totems for that. The animal totem for reality awareness is a bear. And I'm going to do an animal shaman masterclass coming up. It'll be a 3-hour masterclass. So keep an eye out for those details. That'll be dropping soon as well. And that'll be a 3-hour masterclass. We're going to go into like all the different animals, what they represent, figuring out your animal shaman through a powerful activation and being able to get all the amazing messages that come through. I'm really looking forward to that because I freaking love animals. Of course. Holly, your child is a legal case. Yeah. It's why it was like in the background, and like, to be honest, I don't even know if it's purposely painted in here or not. And I don't know if you can see it. So see, where are we? Back to front. See here. I don't know if it's just part of it. It looks like, and that almost looks like an angel wing and the angel holding the child. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be specifically in there, but that's what I can see in there. And that's why I was like, here you are reconnecting back to your soul, taking back your power. But there's a child up here. So it's interesting you had that in spirit as well. Betty, of course. All right. All right, awesome for these yes pleases. Let's have a look here. Okay, different cards. I'm going to put these away as I'm using them, or they're all going to fall off. Or blow away. Let's have a look. Speaking of animals, so the Druid animal deck. This card deck, there's also, where is it? I brought them both out today, that's interesting. Oh my gosh. Right, it's table time out here. The Druid Plant Oracle and the Druid Animal Oracle. There is an app of these decks, and the app is more in depth, and I've learned more from the app than I did from these. I bought these because I loved the app. It's so in depth. There's so much information in there. I'm not an affiliate for it in any way, shape or form. I just freaking love it. I bought these because I was like, oh, I love it. There's so much information. This actually has less information than the app. Highly recommend. I freaking love it. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so Merle, is it Merle Busher? Not sure how to pronounce your last name. And Mishi C. Hill. And now the wind's starting to come through. So for Merle, we have the bull. Yeah, the bull. And for Mishi, 2 have come out. The frog and salmon. Now, I know straight away that the frog in the liquid crystals is patience. It's rhodonite. So those of you who are not sure what I'm referring to, so in the liquid crystals, there's, you know, every liquid crystal is connected to an animal and to an essential oil. And so the animals speak to me through the crystals as well, and vice versa. So Merle, for the bull, the bull here, so Merle, I feel like you need to take, without reading the book just yet, I need you to take, I feel like the message is for you to take charge of your life. It's like, turn your back on those things that are draining you, depleting you, and pulling you down. And it's time to take like dedicated action to move forward in that. Yeah, like turn your back on anything that drains you, depletes you, pulls you down, puts you down. Just kick the dust up behind you and get the fuck out of there is what it feels like. Like on that card as well, there's a crane. I think they're called a crane. Gonna prove me wrong right now? No, it is a crane. Yeah, it looks like a crane on there as well. Yeah. And that's what it says here, like, do what you need to do to bring greater balance into your life. This is a time of great abundance and plenty, one in which you won't want for anything. A portal. A portal, I'm laughing because of the card we just pulled for Holly and, oh my goodness, Holly and Betty. And I said it looked like a portal into another realm. I don't think I used the word portal. It looked like a sphere into another realm or whatever. So the crane up the top there, you can see the bull is almost like, you know, but it's like, okay, I'm out of here, kicking the dust up. And then the crane, so this is out of the Animal Spirit Guide book, crane, a portal was opened up that allows you glimpses into the future without fear or trepidation. It's like, I want to say, embrace the bull energy and be able to move forward without that fear or trepidation, right? Like you can at this time is what it feels like. Yeah, maintain a relaxed vigilance at this time, paying close attention to signs and omens. It's time to revive and restore that hobby or recreational interest that you once enjoyed. And that comes back into alignment with what we were just talking about on the previous reading with this soul, the sacred soul sister is like reconnecting to that, right? And I'm just going to have a look here for the bull. Oh my goodness, I'm actually really starving. I'm like, I'd ate before, I swear. I don't really eat that much. Okay, I don't really use this hard deck very often because I usually use my phone, and I know the bull's here for some reason. Let's see, this is how much I use the hard deck. I'm gonna actually just look on my phone because it's easier to find it. Explore, maybe I'm just used to using it on my phone. So the animals, cards. See, the crane is on here as well. The crane seems really important message, but let's just have a look at the bull for a second. Yeah, see, the bull can bring you the opportunity for a rich and abundant life. It is auspicious to draw this when considering financial matters. And this is where I feel like for you, it's like, don't let money stop you. Like, do you know what I mean? And I was thinking about this. Oh my gosh, just need to turn my hair up because it's really hot from being in the sunlight. It's really awesome because it's freaking, it's winter here and I'm getting hot in the sun. Next time I'll wear my bikinis because I can get tanned at the same time because I'm really good at multitasking. So anyway, don't let money stop you. And I was thinking about this earlier around, I always push myself outside my comfort zone, especially financially. I'm like, I sign off for things when I technically can't afford them, but because I don't even use that language, I'm just like, this is my expansion. Let's just like jump in and friggin' like, you go first and the universe supports you, right? So I feel like for you, it's like, get the F out of there, right? Kick up the dust as you're like, no more. Turn your back on anything that is not in alignment with where you need to go, where you're going, what you're being guided to do. The crane is like giving you that, like, I guess that flight of being able to trust that you are fully supported, yeah, with that. And I feel that's really, really important. So the bottom card is also the otter. Let me just have a look on my phone. It's way easier because I love this deck. So the otter is, otter invites us to play and go with the flow of life and experience. Allow yourself the freedom and pleasure of relaxing and letting go of all your daily concerns. So again, this comes back into the message of the Sacred Soul Sister around doing what lights you up, reconnecting back to your passions, reconnecting back to your soul, allowing like the bull energy. Like the bulls are massive, like they're huge, like there's baby cows on this property and they're massive, you know what I mean? Well, they're calves or something, I don't know, whatever the proper word is, right? And it's like, use that bull energy, you know, as your totem to really like give you the strength to turn your back on things that are draining you, things that are not important to you. Now, you might think that doing the washing and doing the dishes is important. Well, actually, yeah, in a way to like keep the house running, but you can pay somebody to do that, or you can do it at the end of the day. You don't have to spend like 4 hours doing it. You can do it really fast. And then you can spend your majority of the time doing the things that you know you need to do because, right, when you can focus your energy and time on the things that you know are going to bring you alive and allow you to kick the dust up. Like you feel it at the end of the day. Do you feel satisfied and complete at the end of the day, or do you feel drained and tired and you can't wait to go to bed? Because that will give you a signpost. Are you spending the majority of the time during your day doing what your soul is calling you to do? Did you spend the time today doing the things that are going to lift you up and enable you to like wake up happy, right? You're a neat freak. Okay, cool. It's getting that message. Like, I'm like, you're like cleaning the kitchen all freaking day or something. I'm like, stop that. Stop that, right? Stop that. Honestly, I'm a Virgo and I love things being spotless. Like, you know, but if you walk into my house, there's probably shit everywhere, right? But I have a cleaner come once a week and she sorts it out for me, right? Because I have learned to do the things that are most important, because if I spend my time doing things like housework, that it is really important to me because I love having things really like clean and organized. I'm a Virgo too, right? But if you look at my linen cupboard, you won't see that. So I'm looking for a housekeeper, actually, not just a cleaner, to sort that stuff out for me. It's like, because when I know that if I spend too much time doing housework or cooking or cleaning or those things, right, I get agitated, I get depressed, I get sad, because I'm not doing the things that will actually give me energy to do those things if I needed to, right? But the thing is we need to prioritize, and that's why I'm like, turn your back on those things and kick the dust up and do what's important and take flight on the things that are important to you, because that's what's going to give you the energy. People are like, I'm so drained and tired, and it's like, yeah, so where are you spending most of your time during the day? Like, are you doing the things that reconnect you back to your soul, that are really important to your soul? Yeah, fastest way to reclaim your energy, guys. Okay, so Mitchie, he had the frog and the salmon. Now, like I said, the frog is patience in the liquid crystals, but let's have a look here. And if you guys would like, yeah, I love that. Kick the dust up. I love that too. I think that needs to be like our new saying. It's like, Have you been kicking the dust up today? Because I think you need to. That's awesome, man. I love that. I love that so much. That's definitely our new thing. Do you need to kick some dust up right now? And it's almost like speeding in the direction that you know is gonna bring you light you up too, you know? All right, salmon is here. Let's see what salmon says first, and then I'll go to frog. Okay, so salmon. So this is for Mishy's. Is she still here? Mishy C. Hill. So the salmon is revered as extremely sacred in the Druid tradition. You think I'd be able to say that easily, but no. It is the oldest animal, and it offers us wisdom and inspiration. Braden, which is it's like the Sanskrit name for it, but it's not Sanskrit. You know what I mean? In the Druid language, it must be whatever that's called. I know someone on this live stream would probably know the proper name for that. So Braden brings not only wisdom, but youthfulness and inspiration. Those people who look young are the ones and look like their energy is beaming, or you feel their energy or their light. Those people are the ones that are most connected to their soul. Like every single time. They are the ones living their life from soul. Like it is. And if you are ready to reconnect to your soul, that's where sacred soul reverence comes in. Now, we did just do that live 2 weeks ago. The replays are there. You can still get in for that. The people who are most alive, the people who are most bright, the people who are living their life the way they want are the ones most connected to their soul. This salmon for Mishy is allowing you, it says, brings not only wisdom and youthfulness, but inspiration. That's what happens when you kick the dust up and move in that direction, right? Is Tamara still here? Okay. Kimberly says, people tell me they see my light. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. You're so welcome, Mel. Chantel says, I got 2 little girls. It's impossible to keep it clean. Honestly, my daughter taught me to let go of control because of that. Can you write that down tomorrow? The kick the dust up it's time to kick the dust up. Needs to go on a mug for our merchandise. Oh, I can smell bushfire smoke. Okay, I'm just checking these comments, guys. Okay, so the salmon is the wisdom, right? Let's see the frog. Let's have a look here. So the frog is patience and the rhodonite in the liquid crystals, but frog in this Druid deck also means unites the elements of water and earth, bringing joy, delight, and healing in its singing and hopping, leading you to the sacred spring from which you may be refreshed and renewed. As I said, the fastest way to reclaim your energy, the fastest way to have youthful look and youthful skin is to get on path with your life purpose. The fastest way to bring that back is to kick the dust up and leave the damn dishes until the end of the day, or invest in a dishwasher, or invest in a housekeeper or a cleaner to specifically come in and do that. It's like $25 an hour. Like, it's nothing, right? Well, some people it's a little bit more or less. Like, honestly, it's so important to like only do what's important. Now, every time I've expended more financial resources than I could possibly do at the time, and people are like, well, that's not possible. And I'm like, it's possible, because the money always turns up, but you have to go first, right? Because if you want to, and if you can't do that in the start, like the fastest way is to set a timer. I've always done this. I've set a timer, put music on and do it as fast as I can. Like, I've always done that, right? In the beginning when I couldn't, until I could, yeah? Now I have it weekly, and I'm like, I've been journaling about this. This is the mindset, creating the reality, right? The fastest way to get your light, your spark, and your song back is to follow soul, is to follow the wisdom of your soul, because it's leading you to the sacred egg of creation of your life purpose, yeah? Instead of cleaning, I will kick the dust up. Good, good. Honestly, I used to be like so religious in like, doing the dishes every night. I had to do them. Like when a day was really, really young, before I was online, obviously. And it was so like draining, and it was like the biggest deal ever. And then like my mentor at the time, she's like, just do them in the morning. And I'm like, what? Who the fuck does that? And now frequently you'll see dishes. Well, actually in this house, I got a dishwasher. So I've learned to pack dishwasher very fast. And every time I turn it on, I'm like, I'm so grateful for your dishwasher, because I went 8 years longer without a dishwasher. And now I'm like, oh my God, dishwasher's the best thing ever. All right, those cards are not going away, so. Okay, yes, please. Morning from Melbourne. Hi, Jackie. All right, let's have a look. And if you would like to book a free psychic reading, no, that's not correct. If you would like to book a private psychic reading, only for 2 weeks, actually it's less than 2 weeks now, I think. I was guided to offer 33-minute psychic readings for $333. They're usually $555. That will be 2 weeks only. Well, it's less than 2 weeks now, so the link is pinned to the top here as well. So if you don't get a psychic reading and you'd like a private psychic reading, obviously you can let me know. And I'm like, wishing I didn't have my boots on and wishing I had my bikini on, because I literally came out here the other day in like my jeans and jumper and stuff because it's so cold in the house, even though I have the heater in the morning. And I came and sat in the sun, and then like I was like 10 minutes and I'm like, right, bikini time. So I'm so grateful. So grateful for the warm Queensland sun, even though it's, well, it's autumn. It's not technically winter yet. Okay, who are these? Yes. Yes, pleases. Amy says, I'm a cleaner and I love doing it knowing I'm making a difference for the mums I clean for. Yes, exactly. It's like the biggest deal ever. Every week I'm like, thank you so much for helping me. It's like the biggest weight off my mind. Like, honestly, it's so good. It killed for a dishwasher. I know, right? It was like, when Daya and I walked into this house, she's like, Mum, there's a dishwasher. I'm like, I know. Best ever. Lisa says, when you truly do this, you're living at a much higher vibration and it's amazing to experience. Yes, 100%. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, let's check these yeses. Okay, so Lenora, is it Lenora Padilla? Boys, can you not wrestle near the cords? Like, there's all this space here. Come on. Oh, come on. Come away from the cords. No, not near the cords. So this is Toby and Bear. Can you tell them apart? They were just wrestling near the cords. I just had to stop that. Okay. Lenora. Grounding down. So Lenora, it says earth pulsing, the pulse of mother, slow down, time in nature. So a couple of things. If you've been really busy, of course, time to slow down. However, I feel that this is a strong message for you, specifically as the Kookaburra starts up. Kookaburra is manifestation of purpose. It is connected to red to garnet in the liquid crystals. It's the animal totem for garnet. And it's about manifestation of purpose. It's about everything has a purpose. It's not like, well, it's a manifestation of purpose, but it's like there is a purpose, a reason and a rhyme why everything is happening in your life. Hear it? Just making sure that you're getting the message, Lenora. Yes, slow down. I want to say there's a purpose to you spending time in nature other than you resetting your energy, clearing your energy, slowing down, The answer that you are looking for, I want to say, is found in nature, but there's a deeper meaning. The answer that you're looking for, Lenora, and I feel that you're going through a bit of a recalibration point as well, a bit of a compass turning point. Lenora, the deeper meaning to spending time in nature slows you down, resets you. The Kookaburra giving you the, how do I say this? The waterfall. The waterfall is the ideas coming in through your crown. The answer that you're seeking for is by slowing down, stopping, and the answers will come through. And I say like this because the crown chakra coming through. By the way, guys, we're starting the chakra consciousness journey, which is like 9 weeks of free chakra consciousness. We do it every year. It starts Monday week, Australian Eastern Standard Time. I'll do more information about that, but I just wanted to say this because this is very crown chakra. The new ideas coming through from spirit, we ground them down and we birth into our purpose. Yeah, it comes down, our soul comes down and connects. This, for you, Lenora, spending time in nature is going to reconnect you back to your true nature. The answer is found in your true nature. It's so interesting. We're like talking a lot about soul and reconnecting to your soul and being in your soul in this live stream, right? And the ideas that come through are what reconnect you back to your soul. So when I say like go in nature and spend time in nature, like yes, okay, it's going to reset your energy, frequency, blah, 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 all the things, right? This, like the waterfall coming down is like, it's so hard for me to describe what the friggin' hell I'm talking about. So yes, that's going to work. That's step number 1, right? It's going to reconnect you to your soul, like reset your energy, blah, 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 blah. The answer that you're really seeking is your true nature. So if you're feeling anything less than happy most of the time, Lenora, you're not living in accordance to the life that you know you want to live. And we talked about this at the start of the live stream, where people are like, you know, I want to learn how to deal with my emotions because I just explode all the time. And I'm like, I used to be like that. And the main reason, like, of course, there's all this stress and pain and blah, 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 blah. But the real answer, the real reason was that I was living not the life that I knew I was meant to live. And so I got my ass into gear and I created it, right? Nobody can do that for you but you. And for you, Lenora, the answer is found in your true life purpose, in your true soul's calling. And nature and reconnecting back to nature is going to give you ideas on how to do that. The waterfall of energy is the waterfall of light, is your soul, is the ideas, is your intuition coming into your body, is all those things, right? Your true nature, also known as your true life path, your true authentic soul-led life, the thing that, the lifestyle that you know you're meant to live, right? It doesn't have to be private jets and super like yachts and blah, 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 unless you want that. It can be just living without stress. Then what would you be doing? We spoke about this 2 days ago on live stream. If you didn't watch that live stream, go and watch it, a bit about my story in the last 9 months for me. And this is the answer, right? And it's interesting what's the bottom, the bottom card of the deck. Falling down from the others. We spoke about this the other day on live stream. The earth has just dropped out beneath you. You're like, ah! We just spoke about this with Mel, letting go of control, right? This, loosen your grip. Coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Let God in. Sometimes there's so much we can do. There's so many healing modalities, tools, blah, 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 blah. Use them all. Find what works for you and use that the most. Find the mentor, the healer that you resonate with and stick with them. Experiment with other healers, mentors, counselors, coaches, whatever. Find the ones and then stick with them for a long time because they're going to accelerate you the most. This, let God in. To start, some people are like, I don't know where to start. Get out in nature. 2 hours minimum, I've spoken about this many times, 2 hours minimum a day resets everything. You might be like, I don't have time to sit in nature. I got work to do. I'm like, buy a laptop and sit outside, or do as much work as you can outside. Get up 2 hours earlier and spend time outside. Go to bed 2 hours later and stargaze, because that gives you like activations through your system. There are ways to make it work. We create our reality. This, let God in, is where you start. And the answer to all your questions, hurt, heartbreak, is living the life of alignment. And sometimes we don't know what that is, and I'm like, don't have to figure that out right now. But the first thing you need to do is be in nature to let the light in. Let the waterfall of light cleanse your system and walk away. For those of you who don't know, the waterfall of light is a super simple, super easy technique, right? I love using it. You can use it when you walk into like a shopping center or a mall, depending on where you are in the world. And you know how you like walk in the like shopping center main doors? You can imagine a waterfall of light over that doorway, and whoever walks through that in and out of the shopping center are cleansed. You can use that in your car. So whoever gets in and out of your car, kids included, their energy is cleansed. You can use that in your front door of your home so that you can cleanse your home. Yeah, whoever walks in and out, cleansed. You can imagine it hanging off the edge of your thing, and you're like, I'm cleansing my energy. And you feel better, right? So start with that. It's interesting, the coping mechanisms, the density, and the addiction. Addictions will be more prevalent, and they're only coping mechanisms to deal with the reality that we just like, how did we end up in this space? The fastest way to remove addictions, as I always say, is don't focus on the addiction, focus on what you're covering up with your addiction, because your addiction is a coping mechanism, is a support mechanism. Yeah? So that's the message for you. Yes, oh, awesome. So Gayan says, I've been spending a lot of time in nature since you said that, and you definitely feel better. Honestly, it's just like the fastest healer ever, right? So important. So letting go of control is the same as letting go of an addiction. It's not about the control, it's about what we're covering up. And usually that's a lot of hurt, pain, grief, blah, 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 blah underneath that we just don't want to face. And sometimes that's really hard to face if you do not have a mentor that you're working with the grief, right? And that's why I'm like I wouldn't have been able to heal what I have in the past few years without my mentors. Plain and simple. I just wouldn't have. I know that for a fact. How do you open your crown chakra? We'll talk about that on Crown Chakra week coming up. So like Monday week or whatever. That's awesome, Kimberly. So I'm just reading comments, guys. So Kimberly says, I feel like I'm busy, but, or some strange reason, since I've been doing your group and meditation, looking at your pre-taped videos, I have the energy to get it all in. It's not like me to have this amount of energy, so thank you. Yeah, honestly, like your soul is the life force and life blood. Like that's our energy source. And if we're not connected to that, we're going to be disconnected, unconscious of that connection. That's why like reality awareness is about awakening the consciousness of humanity. It's about reconnecting that consciousness, because as a child, as birth, as all the things, we've been trained to suppress that connection, that consciousness of the connection. That's what all of that government control, all the stuff you want to call it, is completely about. So I can just smell bushfire smoke, so I'm just obviously aware of that with where I live. So Mishi says, thank you so much, Hannah. I'm approaching 50 and continuously told that I look so much younger. Yes, awesome. Exactly that. Your reading affirmed how I have been feeling about my soul and life purpose, and have only just felt more comfortable about living my best life and being the best version of me. Oh my God, this is so amazing. I love it so much. Thank you so much, Mishi. It was awesome to read for you. All right. So just having a look. So Lenora says, yes, everything is a mess and very emotional. Yeah. So you know, and I think someone just asked about the crown chakra, like the fastest way to let in the light, the fastest way to reconnect your soul, the fastest way to do that is, number one, do what makes you feel good. Okay, we're taught that feeling good isn't okay for some strange reason, yet we're all craving that. Or we don't feel good enough, so we sabotage it. Or we just don't do it because we don't believe we're good enough. And the other way is to start meditating. And if you have heard me talk before, it doesn't mean that we have to sit down and meditate like Buddha, because that takes practice, right? People are like, my mind doesn't stop. And I'm like, that's not the purpose of meditating. The purpose of meditating is to become the observer of those thoughts. And then we become more acutely aware of our intuition because we're observing what's going on in our energy field, in our mind, and our psyche. So meditation is the first step, but sometimes we need like in the beginning, I couldn't meditate either. Of course, I could follow a guided meditation, but sit there still, my meditation, as if. The thing that taught me how to meditate was yoga. Strong Ashtanga Vinyasa yoga class 3 times a week for 18 months. That's what taught me how to meditate. That's what changed me. There's that 18 months birthing cycle again. Funny about that. Didn't know that back then. That taught me how to meditate. Why? Because I'm not labeled ADD or ADHD. I never have. But when I look at those terms, I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty damn creative, right? And that is like, when we've got that really overactive mind, we need that movement and that body-mind connection to be able to understand ourselves, let alone everything else. Sorry, Mimi. Didn't mean to scare you. Lenora says, thank you so much. Yes, I've been lost and feel like everything is so chaotic, very emotional. Yeah, so those of you who are feeling very lost and chaotic and, oh my goodness, kitten spam. This is, oh no, we haven't got a name for this one yet. Little baby. Do you have my Clear and Activate pack? Because that would be where you start. It's free on my website. So if you go to realityawareness.com and just the first bit on there, you'll see a pink button, and then you just have to exchange your name and email. You get emailed the details, so make sure you check your spam box. Sometimes it goes to spam. You can directly listen straight away, but I highly recommend you log in on my members site, which you'll be able to once you sign up for the Clear and Activate pack. And that way, like, there's 4 or 5 or more training videos that I've created in there. I explain the meditations, I explain how to use them, I explain how to use them on the go or while you're doing the dishes, so that you can do it and get to know and start to clear and like support yourself, right? If you can't book in with me yet, you know, like, these are the ways, and this is why my website is why it is. This is why Creative Reality Awareness why it is, because number one, there's no excuse. There's so much free content on there. You can support yourself, but you have to do the work. Even if you work with me, like, of course it's going to shift you by being in my energy field, etc. However, you still have to do the work. I don't heal you, right? But I help guide you and hold that space for you. With my meditations, that's like the next best thing, okay? So make sure you're using them, make sure you've gone through those training videos, and then you've got those tools to call on anytime. You can listen to them all day on repeat if you need to, you know? So yeah, because when I say meditations, they're meditations, but they're guided meditations. It's a bit like distance healing in a way, but you're listening to me doing it in that way, but you're guiding yourself. The other thing about that is you're training your intuitive muscles when you do that. Yeah, you train your intuitive muscles when you do that. Okay, gonna do that and go outside. Yes, awesome. Hi, Alina. Addiction is just a symptom of a much bigger issue. Yes, it's a bit like the same thing. I'm like, don't just cut cords, guys. Don't just cut cords. Sometimes we need to in an emergency situation, but if you're not healing the reason why the cord's there in the first place, it's just gonna come back. So Kristen says, in the process of getting out of all negativities, it's very hard and emotional. I know it's what I need to do, as I always try to justify. Trying to regain my bearings, yes. Yeah, there's a lot of people in that. It's a big awakening going on at the moment. This was amazing. I'm outside now looking at the clouds. Good. The next best thing when you're outside, if you can find a big tree. Oh yeah, you can see it. That tree there is massive. If you can find any tree will do, but especially big trees, like the big grandmother trees, like honestly, I do have a blog that I wrote how to like connect with a tree without looking like a hippie, especially if you live in a city or something. There's ways you can do it, right? I'm just going to tell you now. You can like pretend you're on your phone, but I don't want you on your phone if you're outside doing this, right? You can pretend you're on your phone so people just think you're normal. Whatever the fuck normal is and whatever, right? But you can pretend you're on your phone and you can just be leaning up against the tree, but you're not on your phone, but you're pretending. But what you're actually doing is you're connecting the back of your heart with the tree. The most powerful thing, the heart is so connected to the trees. In Transcendence Reality Society, we go through a chakra a month. Next month, we just had the live stream yesterday, the training for the Reality Gateway in there, which do the live training twice a month. We've been on the ear chakras. We're moving into the heart chakra next month. So just so you guys know, plus we're starting the chakra journey, which we start with the crown, because I work from the chakras coming down. And the crown chakra, when the crown is activated, it activates the heart chakra. Do you guys watch my stories on Instagram or on Facebook? Because on my stories, not all the time, but a lot of the time I do like mini card readings on there too. So if you don't watch my stories, you want to start watching my stories. I actually pulled cards on there last night that were like, oh, the heart's activated, the crown's like it was the crown heart. And I'm like, oh, that's no surprise because we're starting the crown chakra consciousness journey. So the heart is super connected to trees. If you're not feeling good, go outside, number one. If you can lean up against a tree and obviously watch for spiders and ants and blah, 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 blah. Honestly, that's like also the fastest way to reset your energy. If you can't lean on the tree, place your hands on it because your hands are an extension of your heart and your heart chakra. And your hands are obviously very powerful in healing. And we teach that as well in Trust Intuition, which doors open for Trust Intuition very soon. Because even though you can get trained as a hand healer or Reiki or whatever you want to call it, at the end of the day, everybody has this. That's why we've got 2 of them. And that's why, like, you know, human touch is one of the most powerful healers as well. So you can place your hand on the tree. Now, when you do place your heart, hug a tree, lean your back on, touching any tree at all, if you've got bare feet and your feet are on the roots, even more powerful. Because it's like you can become the tree, okay? So there's the visualization that you can do when you're connecting with the tree. And at the moment as well with the meteorite shower that we've had over the past few weeks and then this eclipse as well, the trees are really active at the moment. So trees might have been in your awareness more so than not. And so the tree energy is like, whether your hands hard or back or whatever's on it, your feet are on it. It's like you can imagine you can do this now because you don't even have to be outside. You can imagine your feet have roots going all the way through, connecting with the roots of the tree that you're standing on or next to, and connecting your tree roots out of your feet into the tree roots of the earth. Little side note, I'm pretty sure my light body activation, which also came to mind this morning, it's free. It's not in my meditations pack, so if you want to listen to that, comment light body and we'll get that link to you. I'm pretty sure in there we do a similar activation actually, but it's deeper. But anyway, imagine the tree roots from your feet going down, connecting with the tree roots. There's a whole plethora underneath. All the tree roots connect. Yeah? Yeah? Imagine. Someone just said they find it hard to do this. So I want you to stand there for as long until you feel it. That could be 2 hours you have to stand there for. Just saying. Connect your feet with the tree roots. With your hands or the back of your heart on, I want you to become the tree. I want you to imagine energy from your hand transferring to the tree and vice versa. It's like this transfer of energy from you to the tree and back again. I want you to start to feel that pulsation just like we breathe in and we breathe out. The tree leaves up to the sky and receiving all that light. Imagine your crown opening and allowing it to like flitter and flutter around in the breeze, just like the tree leaves receiving the light. So you become the tree. You can speak to the tree like you would a counselor or someone that you wouldn't even tell anything to. Speak to the tree about all your problems. Speak to the tree about anything that you need help with. Bawl your eyes out to and with the tree. it will heal your heart. It will support you. And if you're finding it tricky, stand next to the tree until you feel better. Stay outside until you feel better. That could be all day, because maybe that's what you need because you've been inside for 6 months or longer. Yeah? All right, that was a really strong message coming through. So important. All right, let's go. Another round. Yes, please. Gayanne says, that's how I was taught to ground myself before massage sessions at work. Trees are powerful. That's why there's so many of them. That's why they're trying to get rid of them. That's why it's important to buy as much land as we can so we can save them. Well, that's a big goal for me anyway. To find out I'm on 150 acres, even better. I mean 250, not 150. Misheard that one. All right, let's have a look. Oh, that's right. This phone was about to die. Let me just pop the power cord in. Where's the thing? Power cord might be helpful. Okay. Yay. All right. Let's see. And I'll just check these comments here. Okay, Lisa Harton Wentz. My pronunciation isn't that great, guys, so please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay. All right, so this is for, did I just say, oh, just looking for your name again. Oh my gosh, my memory got sidetracked. I'm working on my memory. I'm doing a cleanse. I'm not working up to it. I am doing it, but gently. Okay, so Lisa, I thought it was Valerie, but I think, oh, because Valerie's just above you. So this might be just a message for you too, Valerie. So Lisa, so first of all, card fell out. I was just drawn to the Oracle of the Mermaids by Lucy Cavendish. I love this deck. This one is deep in the subconscious. Anything to do with the mermaids and dolphins. The dolphins, very connected to the heart. And dolphins in the liquid crystals is the emerald, which is green, which is heart. Spiritual healing is the actual message from emerald in the liquid crystals, which the dolphin is the totem. So Lisa, this card fell out. And the oracle, the mermaids, specifically, obviously heart healing, dolphins, water, emotions, but the mermaids specifically are deep in the subconscious. So when anything to do with the mermaids or ocean comes up, we're working deep in the realm of the subconscious. We're working in clearing, healing, rewriting subconscious, all those things. Now, this is the one that fell out, the whatever's. It's the divination of, it's seashell divination, concoctancy. Don't know how to pronounce that properly. Seashell divination. So this is like the wisdom of the shells. I used to have a deck that was like all the wisdom of the seashells. Like it was the oracle, like, you know, what do all the seashells mean? Because you know how there's so many different seashells. Gave it away. I wish I never did, but I didn't really like the energy of it. But it wasn't the shells. I think it was just where it came from. Anyway, because I used to live near the beach, as you guys have heard me talk about. And there was a period of time I collected a lot of shells and I was like, what do they mean? Because they were so significant. Then it got to a point where I put them all back in the ocean because I'm like, didn't feel right having them at home. It was interesting. It's like, you guys belong in the ocean. I feel personally this for you, Lisa, is about stepping it up in your intuition, in a sense of like stepping it up in your leadership role about your intuition, stepping it up in your leadership role about not just trusting your intuition, but stepping up your leadership role in the healing industry in some way, shape, or form. This is about you stepping to the next level. Like this card here is divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, fortune, future fortune. Again, it's another divination card, right? Now, they're the only two cards in the deck that are about that, right? The other ones are, you know, I don't know, other types of healing and whatever, right? So this is a really strong message for you that if you've been looking in any way, shape, or form to be able to increase your skills or step out in a business or offer readings or whatever you do, or maybe you're just new to this, but you know you need to do it in some way, shape, or form, this is your sign that, like, yeah, your purpose and your purpose in some way, shape, or form is about healing in some way, which, you know, for a lot of people it is in some way, helping people become awake and conscious, like that. Yeah, at the end of the day it is. But this is like your confirmation that, yeah, like it's time to start stepping it up to support people with your gift, yeah, with your empath, spiritual, intuitive gift in some way, shape, or form. Like, it's a really strong message for you there. So yeah, short, simple, but it's it's like really strong, yeah. So obviously you can specifically tune into different shells, but the divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future fortune, like there's something surfacing and bubbling up from the depths of your subconscious that are really like, it's calling you to step into your leadership role with that, yeah. So that's the message for you. Short and sweet, but I'm like, it's to the point. I want you to know that. So Kimberly says, I have shells from the ocean in my prayer room. I just bought a reading pouch of actual shells. Oh, perfect. You're so drawn to the ocean and the dolphins. Yes. So powerful healing. So powerful. All right. So next round of yes pleases. So I'm not sure if you've been thinking about taking a course, or perhaps you've just been getting asked from more people about your healing work, or it's just been in your energy, like in your, I wonder if you've been dreaming about it as well at all, Lisa, because I just feel like it's really strong around you, and it's like you're being called to use it, to, you know, to heal with it, to move in that direction if you're not already. Okay. So Lisa says, this is so spot on. Oh my God, I'm blown away. Love it. So good. Okay, so who's next? So Jessica Nay, is it? I thought I read for you last time. That name's familiar. It's calling again. Oh, it's another little kitten. Even though you all look the same, you're so stupid and full. You got a total different energy, don't you? Hey. We're all playing around in the laundry. Up and down the stairs. Okay, so for Jessica, and I feel like this is a message for a few of you at the same time, of course. So this one is stuck. So are you feeling stuck? This card wants to come out, but are you feeling stuck? The 7 blessings of Eve. This feels similar to the salmon and the card with the egg on top. Yeah? The salmon was also jumping with the egg there. So the 7 blessings of Eve, and the bottom card is Shekinah. Shekinah, probably not pronounced correctly. These cards are so beautiful. Let's have a look. Card number 7. Oh, I get so nervous with the wind. When we first moved in here, a storm came through from that direction, and I thought the roof was going to blow off. I've never been in a position where I actually seriously thought that was going to happen. Okay, so similar to the salmon, in a way of the wisdom of your soul, right? The salmon was the wisdom of your soul. This one, the 7 blessings of Eve. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation. Kind of like the theme of what we've been talking about on this live stream, right? So interesting. Oh, we can't go past little baby. Little Sage. She's so cute. Sage Hera. She's like the goddess. Oh, she's the wisdom keeper. I wanted to call her something else because she's just like this little wisdom keeper. And then Adaya and I had to come to an agreement. So Sage it was. Hey. Oh, you want to hop down? Is it too scary? It's too scary up here. Sorry, baby. The wisdom keeper she is. So important. Like, so interesting, sorry. The wisdom keeper. Yeah. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have a natural healing ability. Check this out. Choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Hey Lisa, I think this is a message for you too. Just if you didn't get that on the last one. I'm just going to see what else it says here. It says certain numbers have a sacred significance that crosses with religious and cultural boundaries. 7 is such a number with significance in Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Jainism, Buddhism, Baha'i, and the New Age. And the spiritual power of 7 includes a natural charisma and capacity to be an influential channel for higher wisdom. You need any more signs, but maybe now you're going to see 7s everywhere, just in case you didn't get the message today. And this is God talking over the loudspeaker, if you didn't know. We are all growing and evolving in our own way. Even those who trouble your heart are doing their best. Acknowledge that humans have limited capacities and deserve compassion and a chance to awaken spiritually nonetheless. However, do not allow yourself to become a doormat to anyone's ego games. Entrust the spiritual progress and protection of all beings to the divine feminine as you care for yourself and others as you consciously can. And that's why you need to pick up the dust and go do what your heart wants you to do before you do anything else. And if you struggle to get out of bed, or you're like, what do I do today? I don't know. Take time and go and connect with a tree. If you don't think you have time, you need to do that first. Why? Because that's going to change your entire day. Why? Because your heart frequency is going to be reset. You're going to be reconnected to your soul, and then your soul is going to lead the day, not your ego, which is going to leave you drained at the end of the day because you've disconnected from your energy source, your power source, which is your soul. Strong message. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? So that was for Jessica specifically, but like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a message for everyone. If you're feeling stuck, reconnect to your soul. So important, guys. Let's have a look at these comments here. Sage is great for cleaning your aura and space. It's great to name one of your cats. Yeah. The 7 African gods and goddesses. Yes. Pick up the dust with that stick. Yes. Yes. So interesting as well. This oracle indicates a shift away from shame and confusion, perhaps feeling like you have something to prove, or that you are not enough, or that you have to atone for failing in this or other lifetimes. Instead, your soul is moving you toward the realization of your inherent goodness and grace that is your real nature. You are blessed. And if you don't feel like that, again, go and spend time outside. Honestly, it's the biggest thing. What's so interesting, the card, the bottom card that I showed you is the card before it. It's number 6. That happened in another deck as well, didn't it? It's the card before it. Let's have a look. So it should be easy for me to find. Yeah, and so this is again, right? So when we're feeling hurt, blah, 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 all the things we've been speaking about, it's because you're disconnected. It's because you're not living your authentic life, right? And this is where, for someone just before, when I was reading about the waterfall and connecting back to your true nature, so interesting, this is the whole message today for a lot of people. We feel like we're alone until we realize our connection, until we feel that connection. That's why I said, if it's hard for you, stay there until you feel better. Stay there until you feel better. Do as much as you can outside, especially in the sun. Like if I'm feeling, the first thing I'll do is stand in the sun for half an hour. Well, let's just stand in the sun. There's lots we can do outside, in the sun. We'll take our stuff outside, right? Spend time outside. Make it priority, because that's the fastest thing that's going to make you feel better. And then you're going to be able to feel the support around you, right? This card is, the spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. Your ego can't do that, but your soul can, right? It is safe for you to rely on spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including the facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles, grow your wisdom, and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul. Treasure the gift of your path and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. Ta-da! I just released Earth My Reality yesterday, which is like the first in the series of the entire chakra series. It's Earth My Reality is like the decluttering, is the detoxing, is the whole physical realm. And it literally is like, the tagline is like merging spirituality with physicality or something like that. It says something like that. It's exactly this, right? Let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. And this is why I'm passionate at reality awareness, and what like reality awareness stands for is to be able to integrate spirituality into your life in all ways, shapes, and forms, because this is how we shift, this is how we grow, this is how we connect, this is how we do all those things, right? So it says, this oracle brings you an opportunity, brings notice of an opportunity to apply your spiritual principles. You are encouraged to consider how you can live so that your inner beliefs and outer actions are in alignment. That's what I said, you're going to be upset, angry, and everything just because you're out of alignment with your life, right? This oracle also suggests a matter of material or physical concern that can be touched and healed by spirit. Your task is to invite spirit in and allow it to do what it knows how to do. Find relief in the knowledge that spirit is with you and wants to heal through you in all matters of concern. And if we do not feel that, what do we have to do, guys? Tell me what we have to do to be able to feel that. Tears are falling. Yeah. Sending you so much love, Jessica. That was for Jessica. Spirit is right there. A bit like the Sacred Soul sister. She's right there. If you guys are ready to reconnect to your soul, Sacred Soul Reverence is where I'd start. We did that, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, but the replays are sitting there. You can go through the replays. The group is still there. I'm still to add a light-filled yoga class that deeply reconnects to your soul. So it's still very alive. No wonder, because everyone on this live stream is like reconnecting back to their soul. Well, not everyone, but you know. I think we all can at a different level for sure. Jessica says, you're a beautiful, amazing goddess. Yes, I heard it. So that second card was this one, yeah? I know you commented that a little while back. Yeah. So Lisa says, restlessness and resentment comes from not allowing ourselves to come into our own and connect with our soul. Yes, that's why it's important that we hire the house cleaner. Leave the dishes until the end of the day or the next morning. That always depends for me, depending on the flow. Sometimes like I'm like, you know what? Dishes can stay there tonight. And then in the morning I feel like doing it, but maybe not till lunchtime. And I just go in and make my coffee and I walk out again. I'm like, I got soul stuff to do. That's way more important. It makes me feel way better. Way, way better. All right. So I'm going to pull this card. These ones have been really strong for me for some reason. Such a simple deck in a way. Oh my goodness, no, we're so stuck in here. Come on, baby. This deck is the Indigo Angel Oracle. And this Indigo Angel card I'm going to pull for everyone on here. Yeah. So this is kind of like a collective everyone reading, even though we can all probably relate to a lot we've just spoken about, yeah? Let's see, it'll probably be about freaking soul. What's the bet? What is the bet? Okay. Number one, send love. Even to yourself. I think sometimes we're so busy sending love to everyone else that we forget about sending love to ourselves. The next card is dreams. Where do our dreams come from? Oh, I think that's everything we've been talking about on this live stream is the soul, right? Everything we've been talking about. Stay close to your soul. Do not let your wings get clipped and tied up. Stay connected to your soul. Bottom card of the deck is, haha, you already know. You already know what to do. You need to go outside to begin with, or maybe you just need to not do the dishes and go and do that thing that your soul is calling you to do, right? Sending love is reconnecting back to your heart. Your dreams come from your soul. Sometimes we need to bawl our eyes out crying about how our current reality is not in alignment with what we know is the life we're supposed to live. That can take a couple of years to recalibrate. Let's be real here, especially when we're in the hardest situation ever, okay? You're in it for the long haul. Your life purpose is life for a reason, and it is always constantly evolving. Stay the course. Stay with your wings being able to fly free, and if they're not, do everything in your power to change your reality every single day, and that means leaving the dishes to another day so that you can do what your soul is calling you to do every single day. You already know what to do. Yeah? You're an indigo for a reason. Last card, believe in yourself. It looks like she's on a rope, but that sort of rope, where's the camera? Always reminds me of a unicorn alicorn, which is the thing on its head, full of magic. Oh, it's kind of like my moon. Kind of where a unicorn alicorn would be. That's interesting in their third eye. Never really thought about that before. Believe in yourself. You have what it takes, but you must be receiving support. Or you can do it without support. I guarantee you can, but it might just be harder and you might question yourself more and more. You will go faster and fly faster with the mentor. I guarantee you that. Yeah, but it's not easy. But you already know what to do and you must believe. It's your belief that makes it happen. Kick up the dust. That's right. That's right? Believe in your magic. Believe in your dreams, because they are the guidance of your heart and soul and the reason you are on this planet. You are important. You're needed. You're here for a reason. Always remember that. Post in my Reality Awareness support group if you're struggling, if you need help. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to get back in there, but please know I always do, or I'll come on there and live stream and answer your questions like I did last week. My team are very active in there. There's a lot of Trust Intuition students that are very active in there as well and helping support you. That's for a reason. It's a support group because if you do not have the support, most people turn away from their purpose. And right now, humanity needs you more than ever. And you don't have to be like figuring out what you do to help the world. Like, start helping yourself and sorting your own life out, because when you can get a handle on your own life, then you're going to fly in your purpose. Yeah. And yes, you can do it the other way around. And sometimes we just need to focus on service to get out of the hellhole we're in. And then we're like, oh, that's right, ourself. And then we can fly even further. Okay. So really, really important to remember that you're not alone, even though it feels like it. Get outside in nature as much as you can. Reset your energy. Be around people who get it. We're here for you. We love you. And You can have anything you want. You can create the life of your dreams. You can change and shift your reality, but I guarantee you in the start it will not be easy. I won't lie about that. I'm here to keep it real, but it is possible and you just need to keep going, okay? If you need support, post in the Reality Awareness support group. If you're ready to book in for support, there's the psychic readings. You can do the quantum portal healing. There's Mystic Mastery if you'd like a longer container. You can send me a message and we can talk about what's the best option for you. Other than that, I shall see you soon. I love you guys heaps. Bye.